Hello class. This video is for my interview since I was absent on Tuesday due to being sick. I still am feeling sick, but as you guys all know, the show must go on. So the type of interview that I'll be giving today is an appraisal interview or a feedback on a certain situation or a certain event that happened. So I'm going to provide feedback on that, and hopefully it goes well. My two audience members are my wife and my son, Davion and Chiquita, and the interviewee today will be Desiree, my daughter Desiree. So without further ado, let's get started. Come in. Hey. Hello Desiree, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Alright, so today I called you in here. As you know, we had a 2-day leadership symposium, and I am just going to provide you feedback. But before we get started with the feedback, I would like to let you know that I thought that the overall symposium went very well, and there are a few things that we're going to discuss that that will definitely work out better in the long run and help you out with further events that take place that you will be one of the project leads for. Alright, so overall, how did you think the symposium went?
I think that the symposium went really well. There were definitely a few issues that we had, but we were able to overcome anything, and we made it everything that we needed to happen.
Okay, alright, so you said that some things happened. What exactly are you referencing?
Well, we had a few difficulties with transportation, and also we had a few difficulties with reservations, but we were able to fix everything.
Okay, so let's go on just basically a list of events on basically chronological order from when people first, in the beginning stages of the planning portions of this event. We'll start with all the airline travels, okay? So I felt that everyone got here in time. There was no issue. So it was very smart to have all of them arrive in about it looks like they all arrived in about 4 time slots, which you scheduled buses for their transportation from the airport to the actual hotel where the symposium's held. With the transportation, you said that there were hassles. What was the big issue?
While planning this event, I didn't take traffic into consideration, and people started arriving at different times, and next time when I plan, I will definitely take the traffic and times in consideration.
Okay, yes, that is definitely a good call. You have to take into account, obviously, lunch, just the peak seasons of traffic, or the peak times of the traffic. So that definitely is a good catch. So when everyone got from the airport to the hotel, what seemed to be the issue? There were about 6 of the reservations that ended up being a problem in the beginning, but ended up working out. What seemed to be the issue at the time?
Well, while making every reservation, I guess there was a mistake or a miscommunication between me or the hotel and I, and 6 people didn't have their reservations, but fortunately the hotel had extra rooms. It was able to compensate for the mistakes that I've made, and we were able to handle the situation well.
Okay, I wouldn't say it was a mistake that you made. I would say that it was just a miscommunication, but again, there was availability inside of the hotel, and that ended up getting ironed out.
Right.
So the thing that was a plus about that, you ended up reserving a conference room within the hotel.
Yes.
So that conference room, with the symposium being in the same location as the conference room, it made a lot of things, very easy for the overall event.
Right.
Okay, so when the event ended up starting, the icebreaker. Okay, how did you think that went?
I believe that it went really well. People were able to get to know each other, and everybody was starting to feel comfortable with who they would be working with throughout the symposium, and I felt it brought us closer, and it made us more comfortable to be able to work with each other, and it went really well.
Okay, I definitely have to agree. The icebreaker, it was a huge success. I ended up getting a lot of feedback from that, and everyone thought you did a very, very nice job at it. The restaurant that was within the hotel, it ended up catering it, so that again was a plus. They gave us a discount with that, so kudos on that.
Thank you.
All right, now leading into the actual symposium. You had all the desks and everything set up. There was an issue with the computer.
Yes.
Okay, so did you end up ops testing the computer prior to everyone getting there?
I didn't, and again, that is something that I will fix in the future. And I did not have a backup plan,
Okay.
and I know what I need to do.
Okay, so you say you know what you need to do. So what would you do in that case next time?
Prior to the symposium starting, I would check to see if all of our systems work, check if every PowerPoint works, check whatever I need, see if it's working so that we don't have these issues when everybody starts to come, so we don't have to figure out our delay time because we're wasting time when we could be learning and doing what we need to do within our time frames.
Okay, yeah, that definitely is good. Ops check is always good. Okay, so just make sure you keep that in your cross check, and that will better. That would it. No one really cared. That it just gave people time to get to know each other more, and we ended up just going to the refreshment table that you set up. So that was good, and we just all waited until the computer issue was resolved. One solution would be, hey, bring a backup laptop, just so we could plug the projector into that. So just redundancy is a good thing, okay?
Okay.
All right, so all of that happened. Everything leading up to, so the flight, the hotel, the transportation, and then the symposium. All right, let's talk about the overall closing luncheon.
Okay.
So, do you feel that went very well?
Yes, and I think that having the icebreaker and everybody getting to meet each other and know about each other definitely helped conclude the entire symposium as a whole. It was nice to, talk about what we learned and, learn more about each other even still, and I think it also went really well.
Okay, I must agree with that as well. Again, the food, there are multiple restaurants inside of the hotel. So it was good that you did not cater from the same restaurant because, they had a taste of one restaurant and that food.
Right.
So it definitely was a good choice to go with the Japanese restaurant instead of the Italian restaurant this time.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was good. All right, let's talk overall budget. Okay, so your budget overall was $300,000 for this event. That included travel, transportation, hotel costs, and the reservation for the venue, for the actual symposium, and the icebreaker and closing party. You went $750 over budget.
Yes.
Okay, so as you know, budget is key. Stay on track. I ended up getting the $750 over budget approved, but if you're given a budget, just make sure that you stay within that constraint. And it's something that you definitely can talk to the hotel staff to see if you could get, another deal, some more discounts, or, just different airlines, just all throughout the logistics portion of this actual event. Just make sure you're paying closer attention to that. Okay?
Definitely.
It was a successful event, don't get me wrong, but again, the company gives us a certain budget and we have to stick to that, okay?
Right.
Are there any other comments that you have on the overall conduct or how the sequence of events went for this symposium?
I just thought that, despite everything that happened, I was able to learn through the whole process, and just having this interview and getting feedback definitely helps me see what I could fix for the next time, and also put different things into consideration while planning, and especially budget or transportation times, because it does make a big difference, and I know what I could do next time.
Okay, so just a quick recap.
Okay.
All right, before we end this, again, thank you very much for being the project lead on this. You did a great job, and it's an easy decision on who I would pick for my next project. So just keep that in mind. You did a very, very good job, and the team that helped you support this event, they also worked very hard. I will definitely reach out to them and let them know, and of course give them letters of appreciation or something along those lines to show them my appreciation and leadership in this company on how we value them as being part of the overall company and the success that they had in this event. All right. So to recap and to end this, let's go ahead and so airline went well. Arrival and departure, transportation. There was a little snag, so we'll definitely we'll solidify that next time. Okay. Lodging, again, there was availability in the room, but let's just make sure that we tighten that up a little bit next time. Okay. And just make sure that we have all the confirmation of those reservations for all the members that we have. Okay.
Okay.
And the food, breakfast, lunch, the icebreaker, and the closing luncheon all went without a hitch. Okay, so again, thank you very much for your time, and I really appreciate you.
And thank you for just giving me this interview and giving me the good feedback, and I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your time.